So here's a scrap piece of foam, and what I'm going to do very quickly is mark an aileron on it. Okay, so this is our aileron, which is marked here. Using your steel rule, just cut out the aileron along the lines. I'm rushing this a little bit. So this is our wing, which is this piece, and this is our aileron, which is this piece. So now that you've cut them out, we know they fit together like this. So the first thing I do is trim each side of the aileron, and I'm talking literally a blade's width, so it's a very thin trim either side, and that's basically just to give it enough space so when you put it back in, you've got a little bit of space either side to act as an aileron. Now what we need to do is put 45 degrees on the bottom of each, so it will hinge down as well as hinge up. And the way that's done is remembering what's top, put a steel rule over the top surface, and then with a sharp blade hold it at 45 degrees against the steel rule and just slide all the way along to the right depth, and this will come away. And you would do that on this piece here. So the steel rule would go across the top, cut at 45 degree angles, and you end up with this piece cut out as it is here. And then we do exactly the same for the part that's the wing, making sure the top bit is on the top. Place a steel rule across the edge, and from cut out to cut out, insert your knife 45 degrees, and then just turn it over, cut down, and it should just come out. So there's a 45 degree on there on the bottom side of your wing, which is this piece. So that would have been cut like this with the knife in. The same here, these two bits go together. What I then do is position them how I want them, making sure there's an even gap either side. Then I use this hinge tape, and I use 3 or 4 pieces. The size is really irrelevant to start with, it just needs to be enough to go over both the aileron and the wing. And the way I do it is half over there, so you've got this half showing across the top, and you basically position your aileron how you want it with the gaps either side and stick that down. And you do the same at the other end of the aileron. Just a bit of hinge tape. If the wings are already on your aircraft and you're having to do this, you can see that it can be a bit awkward to hold them level. What I suggest you do is put them in a level position and put a pin in just to hold them shut, or to tape them here and here, because this is the edge you're interested in. You want this edge up nice and snug with a gap either side. And put your tape on, and basically I haven't finished it, but there's your wing and there's your aileron. It's free to come up and it's free to go down approximately 90 degrees. You'll never use that much, of course. You'd only use maybe this type of movement, half an inch either way. To finish this off, you'd put, depending how long it is, you'd put 2, 3, 4 more pieces of hinge tape. And then as a security feature, if you turn it completely flush against the wing and put a strip of tape across the length of the aileron. Now, I do this, but I don't do it the full length. So I'll just put a piece of tape in like this. Rub it flat there, rub it flat there, and there you have your tape. Go down, or it can come up. And that is how I made these. So quite simple again. You, in this case it's already marked. Use the marks that are shown. Cut, cut, cut using a steel rule and a sharp long blade. Once this is separated, you end up with your main wing and your aileron. Straight edge across the top of the main wing, steel edge, cut down 45 degrees, you get the chamfer underneath. The same with the aileron part, and that's what you can see here. This is why it's white here, because I've had to cut them away. You then place them together, and as you can see in this example, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of tape on that. And then what I've done before I put the servos and everything in, I folded all the way back and put a long piece of servo tape across the join.